What's going on, guys? Friendly neighborhood nerd StarFox here, and I'm here for a little bit. Will be the first video that I upload on this, but this is where I take one of the teams that I've put onto the site and I've used on the channel. I've shown you a bit of what it can do. Now I want to tell you how to use it for those people who like the theoretical side of this stuff. This is so when someone comes into my channel / site and wants to learn how to use the team properly without just guessing, they can actually come and watch this video. So if you're new, hello, hope you like it. So because this is the first video, I'm going to be doing the first team I put on my site, which is a triple Tapu Threat. 3 Tapus, so Tapu Fini, Tapu Lele, and Tapu Koko. I'm going to be going through version 0.01, the original, 0.02, where we changed one thing, I believe, and 1.0 where we changed it up. This can still be changed at this moment in time, so if this is the latest version of the team and you have any idea on how to change it, please tell me. But what I'm going to be doing is, you see the green screen on the side, I'm not going to be doing that. Give me a second while I open this up. Let me just delete this for a second. I'll just use a keyboard. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to open it back up, and here we go. You guys should be able to see this now. It is on Notepad, but obviously it's me. I'll scroll over in a sec, so just give me a bit. This is the speed tier sort of stuff. This will be brought up quite a bit. So first we're going to start off with our Choice Scarf Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko isn't Choice Scarf very often, as far as I'm aware. However, I find it very useful, and it's a very good support / revenge killer. It can outspeed Adamant Choice Scarf Katana, it can outspeed Pheromosa. Most of the Megas, I believe, it only gets outsped by Deoxys speed outside of Choice Scarfers. It has 334, so we can outspeed Choice Scarf Jolly Garchomp, I believe it is, because obviously Choice Scarf Jolly Garchomp maxed out at 333. So it's like 2 stats behind after Choice Scarf. It outspeeds anything below max speed Nihilego. That's when your item has been knocked off. So Nihilego max speed will outspeed you if your item has been knocked off. You really need to pay attention to that. It's best if you don't get knocked off, but sometimes it can be good. So that's the outspeed Jolly Garchomp. I'm going to go through the speed tiers before I do anything else, so stick with me for a bit. So that's Thunderbolt, the Tapu Koko, Choice Scarf, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Brave Bird. Brave Bird is only on there because I wanted a physical attack that did a bit of damage, and there wasn't much use in having Grass Knot or anything. It doesn't do that much extra damage to anything than Dazzling Gleam. So there's that, unless you're versing like a Swampert. But we don't see Swampert very often. This is for Gen 7 OU, and there will be a version of this team in the future where we go into Gen 7 OU with Pokemon. Here we have Tapu Lele. Its base speed is 95, but we only gave it 72 EVs, so it maxes out at 244. Timid, Choice Specs, Magnezone, and Defensive Crocodile. As long as they don't have 96 EVs, or any Mon with base 92, as long as they don't have 96 EVs, you guys can see it here, you can outspeed them. So that's good. Choice Specs Magnezone likes to run a bit of speed sometimes, and it can outspeed certain stuff. Considering we have extra speed, they could be speed creeping, so we can still outspeed them. Psychic won't do a ton, but you are Tapu Lele and you do have Psychic Surge, so it's still going to do quite a bit. That is it for that one. This is a good note because not only is 72 just to outspeed those two, but it's a very nice number to sit at. This is from my experience in Gen 6. A lot of things wanted to be just under this amount. So, I know Tyranitar's in Pokebank, but this outspeeds Jolly Tyranitar max speed by 1 point, I believe. Let's go on to Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini isn't... its speed stat is a bit ambiguous, but it can speed tie with max speed Jolly Azumarill. So it's going to outspeed most Azumarill sets, and if they're running Jolly, it's not going to hurt as much, so it probably won't matter. Its speed ties, speed tying with Azumarill means you do outspeed a lot of threats. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I always think about threats when I'm building speed tiers. It outspeeds all but Scarf Conkeldurr, which is very nice. You will see why that is nice later. I hope I remember to put that calc in. Next is Kartana. We have Life Orb Kartana. So it's a standard set, except it has Protect. Protect is for those priority moves, and just choice scarfers sometimes. So Kartana, base 109 speed, pretty damn fast. It's not as fast as a Latios, or a Latios, but it's still pretty quick. It's not a choice scarf set, but who cares. Kartana will outspeed Mega Sizzle every single time. Mega Sizzle does have priority, but if he's not set up, he does not kill you with quick attack or feint. So you always outspeed Mega Sizzle, no matter what nature is running, which is very nice. It works very well. We have Mega Sizzle. I did not change his speed tiers because I just wanted pure bulk. However, Mega Sizzle does outspeed things like bulky Honchkrow. So if it has up to 28 EVs in speed, you can outspeed it. Anything above that, which will be offensive Honchkrow, it will outspeed you. But most of the time you'll be going for Bullet Punch. But that's just there in case you just needed to outspeed the Sucker Punch. Because obviously Honchkrow gets Sucker Punch, Bullet Punch, you have, and they both have priority. So whoever is faster will act first. Even if you don't kill him with the Bullet Punch, if you go before him, his Sucker Punch won't activate, which means that you won't take any damage from it that turn. Next up is Pelipper, full-on defensive Pelipper. Doesn't really need to have those speed EVs, as it already outspeeds Spadef, Bulky Marowak, and Bulky Conk. If it's max speed Marowak, then it's going to outspeed you. But you do have the bulk to take a lot of attacks on, which is very good. Bulky Conkeldurr, as long as it doesn't have Stone Edge, you can take it on. If it has Stone Edge or Thunder Punch, it can take you out. Obviously Rock Slide's there too, but Stone Edge mainly because it's higher base power. So Bulky or Spadef Marowak, you outspeed them. If he's running a bit of speed to try and speed creep on something, you should still outspeed it, unless it's something high in the speed tiers. This was for the original version. In the version 1, which was the full update version, we put in our own Marowak. So it's Spadef support Marowak, which is very nice. Spadef support Marowak outspeeds things like Palossand. So it's not expected to outspeed a lot. This is the biggest tank on the team, and you also have Narwhal there, so that means a lot. Having 3 immunities and 1 being electric at this point in time when this video is being recorded is extremely nice. I bet you that so many people will start running Hidden Battleground. But let's go through our moves on this version. In this version we have Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Brave Bird. I already talked to you about that one. On Seducer we have a stall breaking set, so it's Moonblast, Psychic. That's just good stab, dual stab all around. It's amazing dual stab actually. Calm Mind, so you can get that little bit of extra damage and possibly sweep potential, and Taunt. Now I know that Seducer, or Tapu Lele I should say, is a very offensive Pokemon, but this set seems to work really well with this team. So this is what I like, a stall breaking Tapu Lele. Next we have Defog defensive Narwhals, the Tapu Fini. So leftovers, protect, defog, moonblast, surf. Surf obviously because you're only burning, flying and levitating mons, and moonblast just because it's good stab and it's taking out almost everything with surf. With protect, your leftovers does a ton because your defense is at 350 while your HP is at 343. That's going to be huge in the calculations that I show you later. Next we have Katana. Leaf Blade, Smart Strike, Sacred Sword. We don't have Night Slash, but this is a good enough set. We wanted Protect, so then we could scout out Choice Scarfers. Obviously, normal stats. Scizor, normal bulky Scizor. We have Fury Cutter on this version. Fury Cutter we just wanted to test out because obviously Bug Bite was not legal when we were making the team. So we chose to use Fury Cutter. It did decent, but we changed it later on and I'll tell you why then. On Pelipper we do not have Defog as we already have it on Tapu Fini. We have Scald, Hurricane, Roost and U-Turn. U-Turn for Switch Initiative. Hurricane always hits with Pelipper's new ability Drizzle. And Scald gets boosted. Please note that if you have Misty Terrain up, you can't burn with Scald. So that's very important to remember. In this version we swapped out Fury Cutter for Brutal Swing as it was doing just as much and more damage than Fury Cutter after Fury Cutter was set up. So Brutal Swing just helped against so many more mons, including Alolan Marowak. And on Alolan Marowak we have the default support set. So leftovers, Lightning Rod obviously because you don't want to run anything else. Shadow Bone, Will-O-Wisp, Earthquake and Flare Blitz, Spadef obviously. This thing can take on tons of things and it's stupid how good it is. So if we go back down here, that's what we have. Okay, the defenses are there, and Tapu Lele doesn't take as many defensive hits as others, but this 188 so far has made it to the point where I really want to keep on using it. Now I'm going to go over to the big screen you see on the side of the video, hopefully it's not glitching out. This sequence is for an information throughout the video. We are going to go through damage calculations. If you don't want to see this, you can go. However, this will be very important to learning how to use the team. It will also teach you how these mons will work. Because as you can see, there are 5 if you count Drizzle, new mons. So let's get started. Okay, so I had to make a cut there because I need to make sure that this is done properly and efficiently. So I was sort of just going on everything. So let's just stick to the tangent. You do tons of damage to Pheromosa. You do tons of damage to everything. Garchomp can survive no matter what set it's running. So that is very important. Celesteela gets 2 hit KO'd as long as it doesn't have Leech Seed on you. Togepi can survive with any set unless it's got negative Spadef. I don't see him running that anytime. It'll probably be negative speed, negative special attack, or negative attack. Volt Switch will not do as much to a Spadef set, so against Spadef you want to do Thunderbolt, against Physical you want to Volt Switch. Aegislash, it takes quite a bit of damage from you in its shield form, but outside of it you kill it, so that's nothing to worry about. Blissey, Chansey and Clefable, they can take in your hits forever. However, with your Brave Bird you can deal quite a bit of damage to them, but that's why we have Tapu Lele. At +4 you can do up to 76% to Blissey, 64 to Chansey, and 65.4 to Clefable. If they don't have Seismic Toss, you wall them because of your taunt. Conkeldurr, you deal 90 to 107. That's really good. Against Garchomp at +0, you deal up to 70, 90 or 100 depending on the set. If you guys want to see these in depth, just pause it, or I'll probably have these on the site. Maybe, I might have to put that in the description. Sorry about that. Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini against Choice Band Adamant, 252 plus attack Garchomp. It does 39 to 46.6, so it's a guaranteed 3 at KO, but you also have Protect and Leftovers, so it's not really that big of a problem. That is a Choice Band Garchomp. Tapu Fini's Moonblast does 62 to 74.5, So you can stall this set out and win pretty easily, actually. That's the funny part. You also have Pelipper, but you don't always want to switch into it, especially if you don't know if it's choice band. Garchomp, Adamant, Sash, Sword Dance. So +2 Garchomp with an Adamant nature does 52 to 62, and Life Orb +2 Garchomp does 68 to 81. Gyarados, Spadef, Adamant is a 3-hit KO. Bulky offense, 3-hit KO. Remember, you have Protect. The calculations don't add in Protect. Plus Adamant, Mega Gyarados with Earthquake is a guaranteed 5-hit KO without Protect. So Protect will gain that to a 6 and potentially a roll for 7. So it's amazing against Gyarados. +6 attack Mold Breaker Mega Gyarados does 80 to 94.7. 80 to 94.7. It can't OHKO you, even with Stealth Rocks up. Tapu Lele, this is against Narwhal. Choice Specs Tapu Lele does 84 to 99.7, so it still can't OHKO you, but it can with rocks. You can't recover that off, that's for sure. Choice Specs Tapu Lele Psychic, Moonblast, guaranteed to a KO. Tapu Lele is a monster. Tapu Fini Moonblast does about 20 to 30 against the Tapu Lele on average. This is where it's all glitching out. Como doesn't do that much to you, 44 to 52, and Tapu Fini, oh sorry, you deal 71 to 84 to a Assault Vest Como with max HP. You guarantee OHKO every single other set. Max Spadef Como, it has pretty high chance to OHKO, but well, pretty low chance to OHKO, but he's not going to do that much damage to you unless he sets up. Buzzwole, it's basically 6-hit KO, 4-hit KO, 3-hit KO, 3-hit KO, 5, 5, 7. You wall most Buzzwole sets at this current time. Alola Marowak, you deal like... Wait, what? Oh, this is Kartana against Alola Marowak, sorry. Night Slash will do 72 to 85. Smart Strike will do 26 to 32. This is an Adamant. No, this is Jolly Katana, sorry. Life Orb Katana Leaf Blade will do a 3-hit KO. Katana against Pelipper, 5-hit KO, 2-hit KO, 7 KO, 2. So Leaf Blade's going to be doing the most for that. Against the Tapu Lele, Smart Strike is a guaranteed OHKO. Tapu Fini, Leaf Blade guaranteed OHKO. And Katana Smart Strike against Tapu Fini is a 2-hit KO. So basically, Katana is strong because it can take out all of the Tapus. Magnezone can take out Katana, obviously, pretty easily. But Katana Sacred Sword, it has a chance to kill max HP Magnezone. Sacred Sword to no defense Magnezone is an OHKO. However, if he has no defense, he's probably timid. Mega Scizor, 3-hit KO. Mega Scizor with no... Okay, so it's basically don't verse Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor guaranteed 2-hit KO against Togepi with +6 Bug Bite. We don't have Bug Bite, but Brutal Swing does just a little bit less. Bullet Punch will do about 41 to 49, so yeah, that's why we need a Brutal Swing. Buzzwole, 2-hit KO, OHKO. Aegislash, 2-hit KO, 3-hit KO, 2-hit KO, OHKO. OHKO is very annoying against Alola Marowak because Flare Blitz can demolish you if he's Sword Dance. Tapu Fini takes hits for days, but if you set up, you chip him down properly, you kill him. You can OHKO him multiple times. Pelipper against Pheromosa takes hits as long as it doesn't have an electric move. Against Mega Metagross, you take those hits, 3-hit KO, 5-hit KO. Mega Scizor, you take these hits. Against Kartana, you take most hits. The strongest attack they go for is Leaf Blade. So if they are Scarfed, you can actually potentially wall Kartana if you don't let him get off the Leaf Blade. Especially on this team, where there's only like one thing that he'd click Leaf Blade against, unless you're like whittled down and about to lose anyway. Alola Marowak, it deals quite a bit of damage if it's offensive, but you can always hit it back with the Rain Boosted Scald. And fast offense does about the same thing, except that you can OHKO it, you can 2-hit KO it. Spadef Marowak, it's harder to kill. It's a 2-hit KO after leftovers, so it's still pretty good. But with that leftovers and switching, it can become a nuisance. And Alola Marowak beats Pheromosa, beats Kartana unless it has Night Slash. Even then, it's a 2-hit KO. Beats any Tapu Koko set. Again, this is outside of Hidden Power. It can potentially weaken Celesteela. The offensive set does a ton more, but Celesteela does get Earthquake, so you have to worry about that. Mega Metagross, it takes it on as long as it's not carrying Earthquake. Did I have Earthquake on here? Yes, it is. It's a 2-hit KO, so you can still get a Shadow Bone off, you can still get a Flare Blitz off, you can still get an Earthquake off. Just remember, in the rain, Flare Blitz won't be as powerful. Again, Xurkitree against Alolan Marowak. Choice Specs Modest, after getting a Beast Boost, Energy Ball, is a 3-hit KO, and you can OHKO it, or at least 2-hit KO it. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Friendly Neighborhood Nerd StarFox. I know this is a 2-part series now because that took so long, and if it's not, good luck to me. I did plan for this not to be over 20 minutes. That didn't happen. So if you guys enjoyed this, I hope that you understand the team. If you have any questions about it, put it in the comments. If you're looking at this at a later date, just double check to see if there's not an upgraded version on the site, and if there is, see if there's a new video. Because the reason why this one was so long was because it was 3 versions. And I'm not doing that many calcs anymore. Basically, I'm going to show you guys and then find one good calc for each one, okay? I'm still going to do the speed tiers though. Speed tiers are important. Hope you guys have a good life. I'm your friendly neighborhood nerd, StarFox. I'm out.